This is Uluru, but you'll see this in a future episode. This week we finish up our time at Limmen National Park, head to Mataranka for a swim in croc country,
and we take on the bins track from Tennant Creek all the way to Alice Springs.
There's also a bit of smash glass in this one, so keep your eye out.
After our walk in the southern lost city, it was only like a 38-minute drive to Butterfly Falls, so we camped here for the night. It was a little bit of a kerfuffle coming in. When I booked, there was I think only like 3 other people who had booked in. I think there's like 9 campsites in total, maybe 8. We came in and someone was in our number. So we pulled up and we were like, hey guys, have you actually booked? They're like, yeah, but old mate behind us, he said he actually booked this campsite and we'd booked that one, so they've just swapped. And I was like, yep. Well, that's not great because obviously now there's 3 of us all booked into that one campsite. Anyway, he came over and he's like, no mate, I'm actually in number 7 over there. So anyway, we ended up in number 7 and not number 6. And so we've all kind of switched campsites, and like we're only here for a night, so it's not too bad, but it also is a touch annoying that people just don't go into their designated spot that they've booked.
You've booked a specific campsite?
Yeah, because...
So stay in that campsite?
Yeah, so if someone else has come in and they're like, hey, have you actually booked? We're in number 7. We're going to be like, well, old mate up the road told us he was actually number 7. So anyway.
So apparently, these floats, they come along, chuck them in the water holes in the Northern Territory, and if a croc doesn't eat it, then it's good to swim. I don't know if that works for me. We are at Town River, and last night we were set up. We came a day early for our mates, and they actually came and surprised us. So Hannah and Sam are parked up just over there with their full troopy set up, and they're taking the boat out today in one of their friends' boats. Should be good. Hopefully actually catch this barra.
I was just inside the van cleaning and I heard Eric talk to someone, so I came on out and these 2 kids have just given us the crap.
I reckon they would have been like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Absolute legends. I'll be cooking him up tonight.
How cool is that? Last time we did a shop at the supermarket was just over 2 weeks ago, so we're going on our 3rd week now. And we still have the freshest vegetables and fruit in the fridge. Like, we've got tomatoes, I've got this lettuce which I only started using yesterday and she's still crisp. This tomato is so hard, it's like fresh. And it's all because of our fridge friend. If you don't have one of these, you need to get onto it because they work so well. They're literally... They're literally this little thing, and you put them in the fridge, close to your veggies and fruit, and they come with a bit of Velcro so you can stick them in your fridge. And you just sit them there, and then every couple of months you take them out, you sit them in the sun just to, I guess, dry out for a couple of hours, chuck them back in there, and they're ready to go again. I honestly could not recommend them enough. Fridge friend. Yeah, they're so good.
Well, the girls were hard at work making sticky date pudding on the Weber. We were putting together a few mods for the Troopy. Nothing crazy, just a secondary fuel filter and a new catch can. Holy moly, what have we got going on in there,
a bit
mate?
of sweet sour spring rolls. And now we've got a beef pie going.
I love it. Our last morning here. Got up nice and early for the early morning pack up. Look at that fog. We just came out and our thongs are actually wet. Everything's like all moist and dewy. I'm just going to drop the stabilizers, pump up the airbags, drop the roof, connect up to the car, then we're going to go over to Sam and Hannah's for a coffee.
Finally off the gravel road. So we're just pumping up the tyres, and then I think we should be good until Mataranka, and then we'll be heading down the Stewart Highway down to Daily Waters towards Tennant Creek, Devil's Marbles, before we jump onto the binge track. Such a relief. That unsealed road is no joke. It hasn't actually been too bad the last couple of days. But that stint from Borroloola to Limmen National Park, that was probably the worst road we've ever travelled on. Rainbow Spring.
Look at how much water is pouring out of the ground just here. Also, I lost my 4th pair of sunnies for the last 3 weeks. Early morning swim at Bitter Springs. As if there's wild little pigs here. So this is the original homestead. Yeah, look. Fascinating, fascinating. Definitely glad we live in today's times. We're very, very lucky. At the homestead, have a car wash. So that was by far the worst car wash of my life. I don't know how. I spent about 40 minutes There's worse on the other side. Look at the bonnet. I don't know how that was so bad. To be fair though, the red dust was so thick it just left like a little mud puddle, which I cleaned off obviously. But we're all packed up, heading off. Where are we today, Molly?
Daily Waters.
Daily Waters.
Visit the famous pub.
Barramundi and steak, here we come.
We had such a good morning this morning. We swam at both Mataranka Thermal Pool and Bitter Springs. Personally, my favourite was Bitter Springs. Yeah, it's just like a little bit more natural, whereas the Mataranka Thermal Pool at the homestead, they've like fully, what would you say? They've like put rocks around it. There's like full steps down to it,
Which is lovely.
It's beautiful and like it's
not us.
yeah, and it's just a little bit more man-made. So there's just something about Bitter Springs just being a little bit more untouched, a bit more natural. We saw some turtles, plenty of fish. It was just stunning. We took our snorkel masks, so if you're doing the thermal springs, 100% recommend. You were missing out if you do not take some goggles or a mask or whatever.
100%.
It was just stunning. I'd 100% do that again.
That means I'm finally getting my first pie for the trip. Yes!
I'm pretty strict on the whole pie thing. Otherwise we'd be having pies all day, every day. Angry Eric. It's definitely past lunchtime now, and we probably should have been still at the pink Larimar Hotel, because we were meant to be getting a pie.
They're out of pies.
They were out of pies. Literally, like, the guy in front of us, she got a pie out of the oven, and I was like, surely that's not the last one. They must have more out the back. I said, do you have any more pies?
No.
No, we're out. But here's the other menu. We've got burgers. I was like, no. So, if you're passing through Larimar and want a famous pie,
Get there early.
get there before, the afternoon. Get there before lunchtime.
That's a bit dark. Where are we going, Molly?
A feed.
What are we having for dinner?
Beef and barra.
Beef and barrel. What an excellent combo. I don't know why. There's something about guinea fowls, but I just think it's so cool. What do you reckon about that, Molly?
Not a chance. You couldn't pay me $1 million to fly on that thing.
No, thank you. Check out this sunset. Just south of Tennant Creek. This is a rest stop we just pulled up at. Molly is just cooking a mystery dinner. Requires the Weber boil reports and the induction cooker.
Induction cooker.
Look at that. We just saw the most spectacular shooting star, meteor, I don't know what it was, I've never seen anything like it. But I was watching it, it was like a star, and then it just came down further, and it was so bright. It started to break off bits, it was burning white, and then a big blue tail coming off it. Absolutely wild. And then it just disintegrated. It's crazy. What have we got, Molly?
A lasagna ready to go on the Weber to bake. Oh, it's going to be so good.
Baked lasagna in the bush.
Yep.
Far out, we do it hard.
Yep, bloody oath. Can't get much better than that.
Happy with that?
Yep, lasagna's done. Could have had a little bit more time for the top, but she'll be right. And we're pretty hungry. Pretty good
hungry.
for a Weber lasagna. We're actually on Eric's sunglasses tour of Australia. He had his pair that he left with, snapped them in half. They were also Ray-Ban. And then Lee gave him another pair. And then one of the lenses fell out of those ones. So Lee gave him another pair. And he's just left those behind at our last camp. So I lost those ones. And now he's stolen a pair of my non-prescription sunnies.
I quite like them.
I'll be keeping track of those ones.
I think they're quite good. Oh.
This is probably where Paddy's buried from Larimer. If you don't know that story, recommend looking it up. We listened to a podcast, but there's documentaries all about it. Very, very interesting. It was a town of 12 people. One of them went missing. Now they've said he has been murdered, but the killer hasn't been found. There's lots of different theories going on. Either one of the other 11 people did it, and obviously just didn't get caught, or maybe he was put in a pie, potential sinkhole, who knows, but definitely recommend giving it a go because it's interesting. We've got our theories too.
Here you go, Molly, what do you got there?
3-metre pole to get the shot.
This 3-metre pole has been purpose bought on the trip because there's a no drone zone. Molly specifically wanted this 3-metre pole of Temu
Yep.
to take these photos. How good. Doesn't that just look like a giant clinker? I was reading a sign down there. There's actually desert crabs that live in the creek just down there. As if.
We are like minutes away from jumping on the bins track. We've actually just got to the start. This one's a little bit different. You can't really navigate it on your typical Google Maps or anything like that, because if you type in bins track, it takes you to like Bins Crossing or something at the NT South Australia border, and it just takes you straight down the Stuart Highway, which isn't where we want to go. So we have been using the HEMA map quite a bit to research and all that sort of thing. So we are going to get a lot of use out of that for this track. But look at this. We're at the start. Let's go.
Bins track, here we go.
We had such a good day yesterday for our first day on the bins track, and last night we stopped at Epinara station, which was about 120 k's from the main road. It's totally free. Usually a lot of people stop in at the local store before you come to the campground just to support them, buy some fuel, food, whatever. But we got here and they were closed. So on the way out, we're going to stop at the station, we're going to fuel up, and probably buy a thing or two from the local store. But beautiful, there's just cattle roaming around. There was a donkey as well, which was very cool.
Pretty basic little setup for our first night. Didn't really do any unpacking. Had some cheese and bickies yesterday. Just chucked the stabilizers down for a nice early morning kickoff. Relatively early morning. Want to do, Mum and Dad don't know, but we've got a kangaroo tail in Borroloola, sorry. And we're gonna cook that up one night, but I'm absolutely certain that Dad is not gonna want to have a bar of it, but he'll have to. Like, he's just got to try some new things. We saw these in a previous episode and actually had one of our subscribers reach out. These are from lacewing fly larvae. They're actually called ant lions, and they build these little sand traps to catch ants.
Just filled up with fuel, and now we're just topping up the tanks just because we don't know what we're going to run into down the road. I think we should be able to make it to Alice Springs with the water we've got left, but again, you never know, so better to be safe than sorry. This is where we're filling up. I just find this so random. There were only two people we saw, two ladies in the store who were doing all the food and fuel and all that sort of thing. But I just don't understand, like, where's everyone else? I mean, it's obviously busy on a station, but I thought we'd see like more people walking around. When we went to 7 Emu Station, there were so many people walking around and doing whatever. So I'm just like, where's everyone for this one? But it's pretty cool. So just getting water. These two are about to put some air in their tyres. And once they're done, we'll do that as well. But yeah, very cool. Very friendly people as well. And such a nice little camp spot we stayed at too.
I've just seen on the side of the road, actually looks like cow poo, but they're actually giant puffballs. You can see they're actually broken through the dirt. They probably actually were spread by cow food. So these are not giant puffballs. They're actually called a dye ball. The fungus is entirely inedible but has been used by cultures around the world as a powerful natural dye.
Just about to go for a walk through this little river crossing so I can try and capture it. But I'm already starting to regret my decision. Oh, I can't even see the bottom. Oh, I don't know about this. And I'm still in the NP. Like, why is it murky? You know? I did my research though. Apparently there's no crocs inland. But I'll tell you now, if I was a bloody croc, this is where I would be living. I've decided I'm the guinea pig of this trip. Because we're always in front if there's a gate or if we want to see something, I'm the one that has to jump out to have a quick look, which is fine. But yeah, if something was to go wrong, I've decided that it's going to be me. We've set up camp now for our second night on the bins track. We're in a marked camp spot, but it's unnamed, so I can't exactly tell you where we are. But this morning we drove into Old Police Station Waterhole. That was really pretty. It was such a shame it was quite windy, so we didn't get in the water. But if it was a little bit warmer and the breeze wasn't as bad, 100% would have got in. It looked really nice. But this is beautiful. Eric's put some Yabby pots in. He reckons there's quite a few big Yabby holes along the bank, so fingers crossed we catch some. I did think I lost Eric. He's taken Leonie's metal detector out to hunt for some gold and stuff, and I did think I lost him, but he's over there somewhere. Leonie's doing some panning. But what a pretty spot. We're actually in the riverbank. So thankfully it's currently dry season, otherwise we'd be in a bit of poo, but beautiful.
Not bad for some camping sushi.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty flash. What do you got there, Molly?
Well, you put the pots in before, 4 of them, and Eric's caught 1 blue claw. And I get to hold it.
Love it. So, when we got here last night, we were very excited because we could see all of these holes in the bank, and we thought, far out. That's all yabbies, and they're lining all of the holes on the other side of the bank as well. And off we went and got the pots out. It's all, in this little billabong here. There's all holes all the way along the banks. There's a plot twist. We just got up early to go and get all of the pots out and check them. Bear in mind that we are pretty much in the most remote, or some of the most remote parts of Australia on the bins track. We haven't seen a car for another car or anyone else for a couple of days. And we've just pulled them up and they're full of these crabs. As it turns out, these are freshwater crabs. The inland crab, they're called as well. That's about as big as they get. And they essentially live in all of these billabongs, and they burrow in about 1 metre deep into all of the walls, and they can go into like a dormant state and stay there for up to 5 years during the drought. And then as soon as the rains come, they just come out of their burrows and off they go again. But that wasn't even half of what we got. We had 4 pots in between all of us, and I reckon we caught probably 50 or 60. So I'll tell you what, I would absolutely hate to fall in there. And that 50 or 60 was just along this bank, just this bank here. We got really excited last night when we caught that crayfish just before, but yeah, disappointing, no crayfish. Molly was absolutely adamant we were going to have crab pasta for dinner, but yeah, nah, not those ones. Crazy. That is absolutely mind-blowing to me. So just checking the air filter just before, one of those pre-checks before we head off on the day. This is very, very, very dusty roads and like just pits and pits of bull dust. But we've got the uni filter sock over the intake. You can see all the dust, that's actually meant to be red. And all of the dust that's been caught in that pre-filter, it's like slightly oiled. And this is the filter from in the box. No dust at all on this side, obviously. But I guess the good thing that I like to see is that there's bugger all dust on the filtering side as well. Really good. I mean, it's just cheap insurance, right? And you just pull that, pull the sock off at the end of the day and wash that off, and off you go again.
Doesn't sound good, does it? Eric reckons it's just the exhaust.
Absolutely gorgeous. That might seem pretty self-explanatory for some people, but when you are travelling through stations or farm properties, or really just anywhere, general rule of thumb, always leave gates the way you found them. We've done this one closed and locked. We're going to leave it closed and locked. So Mum and Dad just called us up on the radio, and they're probably a couple hundred metres behind us, and a rock has flicked up from their wheel, hit the front of their van and smashed their rear window. Here, if we just have a look here. Thank you.
I'll start cleaning down so stuff will stick to it properly.
Off to Alice to get the glass fixed. So, I always say take it easy when you're going over cattle grids, and this is why. Have a look at the step up on this. Like in some areas, if this was wear down, like that's just dust build up, you'd be looking at 10 centimeters. Hit that at a bit of speed, you'd be in a lot of trouble.
I can tell you now, we would not want to be crossing this during wet season.
Check out this sunrise. We got in pretty late last night. Obviously we had the window shattering incident, and then we ended up following this road that just didn't really lead to anywhere. It sort of trailed off into the bush. So we ended up doing a couple hundred Ks, as you guys probably just saw. We pulled up last night, and so this is the campsite. I think there's like 4 or 5 campsites in here, but it's all overgrown. The track yesterday, as we're coming in, had big termite mounds in the middle, so obviously hasn't been driven in a very, very long time. Campsites, as I said, were very overgrown. We pulled up just around the corner, and there was a big grave site, which is fine. That's fine. That's fine. And then, so we pulled around the corner to this section because we realised we weren't quite in the right spot. Came around to this section, obviously all overgrown. The signs were all broken down. Actually, I'll walk over there and show you. The signs were all sort of falling apart, which is also fine. And we got out of the car, and there were dingoes that are all around us howling. I'm not really like one to get scared of things, but I think it was just a combination of all of those factors, I guess, really gave me the heebie-jeebies. I didn't particularly like it, but anywho, so we parked up and pretty much just got straight in the van. Had dinner. It had been a massive day, so we had dinner and just, went to bed. And now, that's the sign there. Absolutely looks significantly different in the light. There's meant to be toilets here as well. But yeah, like, these are all campsites in through here, and so obviously it's overgrown, like I said. Yeah.
I wish we got here during the day because it's actually such a beautiful camp spot, and now the heebie-jeebies are gone, and it's, oh, if we got here yesterday afternoon instead of last night, it would have been so much nicer, and we just would have settled right in. It's just stunning. Now we know the way in, and to get here early, I'd 100% come again. Beautiful. How's this for a gate? Look at all this. Would not want to be doing this in the wet. It'd be very sticky, I think. Oh, wrong way.
So this is a pretty cool one, I think anyway. This is Boxhole Meteorite Crater. It's actually on the bins track, or just off the bins track. I wish we had the drone, but I'll see if I can get up here. It's only 170 meters across.
That's crazy. The other night we actually saw a meteorite.
Oh yeah.
It was hectic. Eric originally said, look at the shooting star, and then it just got closer and closer.
And it just kept going.
Yeah, and it was so bright, it looked so close. And yeah, after a little bit of research, it was actually a meteorite.
We actually like fully saw it burn up as well, like it got so close.
It was amazing. I've never seen anything like it before.
Yeah.
Imagine that, like something that big landing here.
Millions and millions of years ago. I actually don't think it would have been too big. Like really. I'll have a look, I'll do some research. But I'm pretty sure it's actually something quite small that can cause a crater like this.
Crazy. I guess it'd be great till Wolf Creek.
Yeah, Wolf Creek should be awesome. Alright, sick. What are we up to?
Pumping up the tyres because we're just about to go back onto Seal Road.
Just about to hit the Plenty Highway after section 3. One thing we've set up with both of these, with both the car and the van, the advantage of having airbag suspension, you've actually got a second compressor. So we've got hoses from the car for the car tyres, hose for the van tyres. I don't know, it's just some of those things, like you're sitting here for ages sometimes filling up tyres, especially in the big 35s. It's hot and dusty, it's just really not that pleasant. After finishing section 3 of the bends, we made the run through to Alice Springs. This gave us the perfect opportunity to give the car and van a proper wash and get restocked for next week's adventures.